Every female should delete the checklist off their phone of the non-negotiables.
Yeah, delete it.
It's putting such unnecessary pressure because let me tell you something, guys. They don't exist.
Yeah.
The 6'4", brunette, blue-eyed guy that works in finance, who's sweet, probably has a great family dynamic, isn't a cheater, is obsessed with you. Maybe they do. Call me. So far, I don't think they exist. Okay, he's 5'8". But he has everything else.
Well, that's the thing, is that I had this like checklist, and then after one of the guys that I was seeing, I realized like he was perfect in every way, handsome, good job. I was like, that thing is missing, and I don't even know what the word is, and I was so depleted because I'm like, oh God, it doesn't exist anymore. But now I'm realizing, okay, you guys don't nuke me for this, but I like talk to my chat GPT. That's also become my friend, is my chat GPT.
Sophia's in a full-blown relationship with chat GPT.
Love it. Her name is Charlotte.
No, she talks to this chat GPT all day.
I use it not all day, actually. A lot. I use it for work purposes, like to help me answer emails, draft resumes, whatever it is. But I've also was like, let me see, since it knows me so well, like, let me ask it dating advice.
No,
you know what?
You know what really grinded my gears the other night? I'm talking to her on the couch, trying to make conversation. She's on her computer all night, typing. And so I'm talking to her, but you know when someone's not listening, and they're kind of just like, yeah. I'm like, who are you texting? She's like, Charlotte. I'm like, oh, a new friend?
Oh my God.
A new friend? She's like, no, my chat GPT. I'm like, oh.
Men are done dating. One of the reasons is that many men feel like they're constantly having to prove their worth, whether it's through their looks, status, or financial success. And even when they do, they don't feel appreciated. The second reason is dating apps. They made things worse. It has turned attraction into a numbers game, and men are now competing for attention in an environment that favors women. Third reason is that ghosting, flakiness, mixed signals have become the norm, making dating feel more like a frustrating, guessing game than an enjoyable experience. Fourth reason is that men are now aware of the risk. They are scared of getting used, they're scared of getting cheated on, and they're aware of unfair treatment when it comes to divorces. So now men are realizing that they can live fulfilling lives without romantic relationships. So they're choosing to focus on fitness, career, hobbies, friendships. They feel like the effort put into dating isn't worth the reward anymore. So they're choosing to walk away, prioritizing their own well-being over chasing something that is so out of reach.
Women are very entitled and self-centered. I've noticed women don't accept rejection very well. And this is largely because most women walk through life without ever being told, no, you can't have that, no, you can't do that. Like, women are very used to being allowed to do kind of whatever they want with little contest, with little repercussions. And so I always find it so telling whenever a woman rushes to the conclusion that when a man rejects her, he must be gay or something must be wrong with him. A lot of women believe that they are inherently desirable to all men. If you are a woman and you are at least easy on the eyes, just minimally, then there's no reason why you should not be able to have whatever man you want, because women also gatekeep access to. I think that convinces a lot of women that they are automatically desirable to every guy. So much so that when they meet a guy who does not want them or does not find them desirable, they're perplexed. They're kind of like, what? How? They actually take offense at it. Like they're physically upset at the idea that a man would reject. That's entitlement. And then that's when you start to get the whole beautiful mind wall, trying to decipher what's going on inside of his head. He's not really picking up on my subtle cues. He's rejected me. I told him I liked him and he's not into me, and maybe he's gay, maybe it's... And because women cannot accept rejection, they can't accept being told no, this is where you get some women who will quite literally make it their mission to destroy a man's life. Accusations start to come out against him. He's gay, or he assaulted me, or the like. Women like this are developmentally stunted. They have not actually matured past adolescence. They're still stuck at that phase of development, like where toddlers believe that everything is theirs. That's like, some of these women are stuck at that phase in their mental development. It's very strange because you'd expect adults to age out of this kind of behavior, but no, many women are still basically toddlers in the brain. Food for thought.
This is the question that I want somebody to be brave enough to answer. If men are passing out all this terrible, if all this terrible and all these women ain't never had in their life, why in the hell are y'all still sleeping with them, and where these babies coming from? Quickly come to the front, because I want to know. If you're not being pleased in the process, then why are you doing it? Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, so why are you doing it? It's either A, because you want some money. B, you need the attention to validate yourself. Or C, you scared he gonna go to that other girl. Because there's just no way that y'all just sitting here letting me not please you. It's just not making sense. And then y'all try to be funny and, oh, it don't even be good. It don't even be good. I was faking it. Joke's on you, ma'am, because who does that? Who does that at this big age? Who's out here faking that? Like, to me, you're weird for that. Like, I know you're trying to make it about him, but if you told him the truth, he could have improved that. But you are lying while letting someone pounce on you. It's the most craziest, diabolical. That is so crazy, Miss Ma'am. That is so crazy. Some people just not wired. They're just not wired correctly.
Phyllis, when a woman says, I want a man who can handle me, and I don't mean in a sensual sense. I mean when she says, I need a man who can handle my bad behavior. She's admitting that she lacks self-control, that she needs someone to help her stay in control. She needs a babysitter, a wrangler, someone to reel her in when she's acting all wild and out. Don't do it. You will basically have to regulate bad behavior. And if you're not able to, you're seen as less of a man. That you're not man enough for her because you can't control her emotions and her behavior. That's wild to me. Listen, do what you want, but I don't think it's worth it. What do you guys think?
My husband said he owed his friend some money from back in August of 2024 and asked me to pay him back. I'm not paying your friend back from August of 2024, okay? It is March of 2025. We about to be in another August in a minute. No. When you get some money, you pay him back. I'm not paying him. My husband said not to talk to nobody about our business, so that's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, just to go on a date thinking somebody's a certain height and then you plopping down and standing up and you're like, whoa. And at first I thought it was because you know how you're at a bar, sometimes they have the higher bar chairs. So at first it was something with that, and then when I realized it wasn't, I was like, yeah, no. Not to say that I've never dated a shorter guy, because I have. But just don't lie about it.
Part.
Exactly.
It's the lie. I get it. There's a certain, I don't want to say stigma, that's too hard, but girls can be very overly critical of men and their height, and I can get how that would be an insecurity. But at the end of the day, the lying, a good girl is going to handle you being a little shorter than what you think you should be or whatever, as opposed to now just having, you lie. You started a relationship off as a lie.
Right.
I actually left a comment on this video and asked, is it the same type of energy for women who use loads of makeup and wear shapewear? And to her credit, she said yeah. So kudos to you for consistency.
I think when you don't want to hear the truth, the delivery will always be wrong. Because another person could say, you hoes could never. And you'll be in their comments cheering, applauding, yes, girl. But the minute somebody comes on and tells you directly what it is so that you can break free, well, now you got to think about it. Now you didn't like the delivery. Now you felt some kind of way. I just think that if you don't want to hear the truth, the delivery will always be wrong.
So I broke up with my ex a few days ago, and he used to pay for a lot of my bills, a good chunk of them. And today I found out he turned off my Wi-Fi. He turned off my Wi-Fi. I don't know why I was under the impression like he would just always pay for him, or he would just like not remember. No, he remembered. Nah. Yeah, and he normally pays like for my Pilates membership. I also had to pay that myself yesterday. But at the same time, I feel peace. So like, was it really worth it, you know? But I'm just like, damn. I hope he doesn't remember other things that he's paid for, because he's still paying for them. Oh my God, wait. Now I have to check. Oh my God, I don't know if he's still paying for it.
Breaking up with the man and then still expecting him to pay is diabolical work. But of course, this is what a lot of men go through every single day in divorce court.
Y'all, who is the lady running around here talking about straight men or a red flag? Satan, you are a lie. I'm sick of these old new modern ignorant women. You know, it's society that's pushing them to them. Society is telling them to unalive their babies. Society is telling them they don't need a man. Society is telling them to be single and fast and do what you want to do and do as thou wilt. And then they end up bitter with no children, nobody to take care of them while they on their deathbed. Y'all better stop listening to society. I remember growing up, I'm 44 years old. I remember growing up, and what's the songs that used to come out? The Lil Boosie, INDEPEN. And then what was the one, Beyonce, all the women is independent. Y'all, when them songs came on, who never got up was me. Who never got up? Because I ain't never been independent. I've always needed a man. I need help with all of my bills, my car issues, maintenance, hair. I need help with all of it. Food. People used to say back in the day, because I've been married now for a very long time, and they used to say, you know, I always knew you would get married, John. Me too. I always knew I was going to get married too. I mean, I saw it with my mother, and yes, I'm not downing the women who've been through some things and, you know, they was in some bad relationships. I get that. I've been through some bad relationships too. And when I saw red flags, I got rid of them. Some of y'all just keep them and y'all just keep going through hell. Not me. I pray to the Lord. Lord Jesus, give me a husband, and give me a good one, Lord, who's handy, who can fix stuff and fix me, who can fix everything, fix the bills, fix the house, fix me when I need fixing, fix the kids. Yeah. I don't know what these new women, I don't know what their issue is. They don't want to look good. And the ones that do look good, they think they're so fine that they think beauty is going to last forever. Baby, it don't. Everything goes south. Okay? Everything that was up comes down. And it takes usually working out or either plastic surgery to put it back together. I know. But you don't want to be too old and then play in the field and then get out here and you give all your goods away to somebody, and then all of a sudden when you get old and lonely and now you got heart problems and diabetes, now you want to look for a man. Girl, don't nobody want all that. Just like you don't want no broken down man, don't nobody want a broken down woman. Listen, ladies, y'all got to get rid of this mindset. God made male and female, and he made man and woman. 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. 2 incomes, two minds, 2 bodies when you're hot. I mean, when you're cold, you need somebody to help keep you warm. That's Proverbs. So I don't know what is going on with this modern woman. I mean, she just silly, just a silly woman. And whoever said that, whatever that little girl was, who the little dark girl, I don't know. Is she a plant? Talking about straight men or a red flag? Girl, you a red flag. You can look at you and tell. You can look at you and tell that you would be terrible in a relationship. And see, that's the issue too. A lot of these women don't want to admit that they're the problem. When I was going through relationships problems, I knew, okay, I got to change me because my mouth is the problem. My dad used to tell me, don't you put yourself in a grown man's shoes. Don't put yourself in a situation where, you know what I mean, that man raise up on you. I know some girls whose mouths are so tough. Shoot. They'll cuss you, your mama, your grandma, and everybody else, and still on you at the same time, but they expect men to respect them. Girl, you're not a dude, you're a woman. Act like a woman. Yeah, that's how I got married, because I act like a lady. My husband is so glad that I'm in his life. He boasts about me. He says my life is everything, and I boast on him, and I do be everything to him. Because who ain't independent is me. Nope. Help me, Lord. Help me. Send me a husband to help me. And Lord Jesus, help him help me. Amen. Anyway, go America. Peace out, y'all.
Yesterday, my husband jokingly said, after we got into a small disagreement about the amount of details that I provide him, he said, "Do you just tell me every thought that pops into your head?" Yeah, of course I do. You're my husband. I assume that you tell me every thought that pops into your head also, and that you just have fewer thoughts. And he said, "No, I don't tell you every thought that pops into my head. There would not be enough hours in the day for both of us to talk as much as you do." I have a lot of thoughts about that.
And modern women continue to tell men to communicate effectively and read the room. But whenever it comes to them, they just spout anything off, say anything that they want to, forget about his feelings.
Someone posted a question online, and it has to be specific. It has to be straight dudes, heterosexual dudes. Okay. If you walked into a room with 1,000 single women that were around your age, Alex, how many of those 1,000 women do you think would be attracted to you?
I would say like 15, maybe.
15 women.
There's 15 of out of 1,000 women, 15 of them have to have bad decision-making skills, right?
1,000 women in a room right around your age, and you think that 15 of them would find you attractive.
Yeah.
That's 1.5%, if my math is correct.
That makes me feel kind of lucky, honestly, in that. It might be lower.
You're only turning heads of 1.5% of those women.
Yeah, I see me every day.
The biggest answer, guys do not have high hopes. Guys just do not have. 42% of men, when asked this question, said between 1 and 25 of the women might find them attractive. That's 0.1% to 2.5%. 24% of people said it was a little higher, between 26 and 74. About 14% of guys said that more than 200 of the 1,000 women would be attracted to them. What's it like having that kind of energy? What's it like walking around thinking, I mean, that's even a low number. That's a low number. Turn this around. Turn this around and ask a single chick. You walk into a room. You walk into a room full of 1,000 hard legs. You walk in. How many of those guys you think are attracted to you? 80%?
Yeah, 80% is what I would imagine most of them would say.
Yeah.
Every time y'all start working out, y'all make y'all ass y'all personality. Show that stomach that ain't gone yet. You keep putting your hands over that pouch. You keep trying to put that fanny pack over it, but keep trying to show that ass. You always had a fat ass. You had a fat stomach too. We want to see what the stomach look like. We want to see the results on the stomach. We never said that you didn't have a fat ass. You had that gut to match. Stop showing that butt. I want to see that gut.
$30 to, like, so he knows I'm going to lunch.
He knows you're going to
knows
lunch.
my vibe. He knows how I like to move, and he only sent $30.
I'm not going to bend over backward for a man that is just sending whatever he can, or, you know, if he's not going to be my boyfriend, number one, but if I'm talking to him, next time I'm out and he says, oh, you need something for lunch, I'm going to tell him, it's okay, somebody already sent me $100. So he know that
you going for
the next time, yeah, you got to, because it's better, like you said.
Okay, if we're being completely honest, right here, right now, we've all eaten lunch for $30.
Yes,
let's start
100%. Kilo Cafe spot, baby.
I'm
Yeah,
lunch for
I'm gonna snap us and get something popping, but
we're not saying that we're ungrateful.
Right.
Food is food on the table. However, you know what the standard is.
Correct.
Me in that situation, handling it with grace. Thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm gonna still take a picture of that bill and I'm gonna send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip. Here's the bill. What's up?
Also, men, if you know that you cannot give $30 or if it's hard for you to give, then you need to date within You
not
can
date.
No, you can.
Do not date.
But date with the woman that number
not
one
date.
does not have that expectation, or number two, it's in that range that will love and adore that $30. Will save that $30. Will frame that $30. That $30 will match that $30. Like, be with that woman, because it is a woman out there that will appreciate it and that will love it. But do not try to put that on me.
No, but I am going to put that on you because you need to be held accountable for your bad attitude. If somebody sends you money, you need to be grateful for it. I mean, my God, if you're giving the man socks for Father's Day, you're going to want him to say, oh, this is a sentimental value for my wife. I love it so much. Even though it's not that expensive, then it means something to me. It's so special and unique. But when a man sends you $30, which you just admitted you can use to buy a whole lunch, all of a sudden, he needs to also pay for the tip because that's not enough. Interesting.
The bar is so low. I went on a come to my house, I cook for you dates.
The bar is so low. I went to break up with him and I shaved my legs.
Oh, man. The bar is so low. I did 50-50 with him.
The bar is so low. I slept on a mattress on the floor with him.
Oh! The bar is so low. He canceled the date, so I went to his house to check on him.
The bar is so low. I went on a walking date in -degrees.
Oh! The bar is so low. He tried breaking up with me over the phone, so I went to his house so he can break up with me in person. Pray for me. Oh my God. Okay.
The bar is so low. I accepted car dates, Netflix and chill, paying for everything. I paid for his food. Ooh. I'm gonna cry.
You're a victim of my story. The bar is so low. I paid for our hotel room, and he brought a girl and cheated on me in that hotel room that I paid for.
The bar is so low. I saw glitter on him that wasn't from me, and I ignored it.
Oh, Amanda, am I crying?
Have you ever noticed how women will never fully commit to a relationship, but the moment you talk to another woman, you're the villain? Like, you hear them say, I'm single until I'm married, but they want their boyfriends to be fully loyal and committed to the relationship. You want your man to be only yours. You want to be the only woman in his life, but then you don't want to put your eggs in one basket. A woman will be dating a good guy for months or years, collecting all the attention, enjoying all the perks that comes with relationships, but still entertaining other guys on the side. They always want backup plans. They don't want to risk. Like, they don't want to risk dating only one guy. And that's exactly why they keep multiple men. One for emotional support, one for money, one for fun, one for attention. But you, her boyfriend, she wants you to drop every woman in your life and worship her alone. And the craziest part is, even when she's in a very serious relationship, she'll still be talking to other guys. But you, if you as much as like another woman's picture, maybe on social media or something, you're suddenly cheating. Well, men are playing smarter now though. They are no longer falling for the trap of talking stages that never end. They are no longer being exclusive to a woman who is secretly keeping her options open. You guys should wake up, Sha. Women are only loyal to their feelings, not you. If you're not making her feel a certain way she wants, she will keep looking, and that's why you must put yourself first. Are you a loyal guy to a woman that is keeping her options open, or are you a guy that is also keeping your own option open? Let me know in the comments.
You know the phrase, who's gonna buy the cow when the milk's free? Well, guess what? There's a lot of guys out there that like the milk so much that they're like, I'm gonna buy the cow. But what ends up happening is the cow realizes, well, he's still gonna have to feed me whether I give him milk or not. And then the guy only ends up getting the milk whenever she's in the mood. So don't buy the cow, guys. Keep enjoying the milk for free. Don't get married.
My ex used to tell me that if I became a travel nurse, I would be single because travel nurses cheat.
You meet a man who is over 40 years old and he's never been married, run. Because a man that has made it his entire adult life and has never decided to commit to one woman is a problem.
Would you date a girl with kids right now? Man, listen up. I would never take a woman with kids even serious. Exactly. Let alone like woman. I wouldn't take her on a date. Oh, no, never take her to the crib. Now, especially got 2 or 3, that mean that she good now. Yeah. If she got about 2 or especially 3, that got a different type of incubator in there. Yeah. So it's gonna be some good, but that's it, baby. You know what's going on. Especially like me. Yeah. Like, baby, it's already out there. So nah, I can't take you serious, but I can take you to the room and get serious in that.
So basically, if you meet a girl and she got 2, 3 kids and she trying to settle down, it's over with.
It's over with. She stopped embarrassing herself. Look at me, look at my caliber of life, look at my statistical categories in all of them.
And
Check them all out.
And you think we finna be at Chuck E. Cheese?
You think I'm finna be at Chuck E. Cheese with you? You think I'm finna be teaching little JoJo how to jab fake left and go right?
So you say you think I'm finna be stabbed in?
Right, I can't do that. Unless she bad, I will finagle her. I would take the little to the park a few times, take the Chuck E. Cheese 2 or 3 times.
But would you walk her though?
No, that's what I'm saying. After I that, then it's the already over with.
Yeah.
Oh, little
so
Jimmy.
basically you telling ladies they definitely need to be, if they don't got kids, they definitely need to be careful about having kids before they, because this is the thing, this is what blows me about girls. It'll be a bad female.
Yeah.
Bad. I'm talking about, you like, wow. And she'll be like, oh, I got a kid.
5 points off.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why as women, we think you're boring. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine. That's what makes us feel alive and engaged in life, because we want to do what we want to do. Structure holds us accountable, and we don't want accountability. So we want to do what we want to do when we want to do it and thrive on that instability, because again, it makes us feel engaged and alive. Ergo, why we are attracted to bad boys, because they're chaotic and we think that's exciting and it adds drama and passion to our lives.
The fact that you guys can't use multiple women as a flex anymore, because it's clear as day that a guy that sleeps around with multiple women with no standards, he's fighting his sexuality, and it's facts.
A dude in the comments, Sutton and Sons, said, where do y'all come up with this stuff? Exactly, bro. Modern women just talking.
Y'all, tell me why. I'm running across the street, right? All I hear is people behind me clapping. I'm like, what the fuck clapping for? Like, what's going on? I checked behind me, there's nobody there. Y'all, why was it this ass causing all this commotion? Oh my God, like, I just gave myself a standing ovation.
Put a finger down if in college your bestie said that your boyfriend R-worded her. So you help her file a police report, you give a witness statement, and she's doxing him on social media, posting pictures of him like, this man R-worded me. And you're like, yes, girl, get his ass. And you're telling all your mutuals, hey, this guy that I dated, he's a bad guy. Don't hang out with him anymore. He R-worded my best friend. And whenever you guys get into any sort of argument, she brings it up. And she says, well, you let your boyfriend R-word me, so you're not a good friend. You need to be a better friend. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And you feel so guilty about it. Absolutely horrible. It eats you up at night. And then 5 years later, you find out that they're dating and they live together.
Only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry.
Ugly guys have mastered sales. Hear me out. It's not the good-looking guy in the club who gets the most beautiful girl. It's the guy who understands sales and the law of averages. If you don't know what law of averages are, it means the more times you get no, the closer you are to getting a yes. If you go to the club and you look around and you see the guy with a really hot girl, it's not because he's attractive or he has game. It's because he understands sales and the law of averages. He goes up to multiple girls asking them to dance, and each of them are like, no, I'm okay, until one finally says yes, and then you look around and you're like, how did that guy get that girl? It's because he mastered sales.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I get super mega annoyed at this pimple, but also I hate when a man calls out of work. I don't know what it is about a man that calls out of work that just grinds my gears. What do you mean you're tired? Like, there's a few things. Like, you call out of work, that's an ick for me. You get sick, that's an ick for me. That's an ick. You took a nap, that's crazy. I don't know. And I'm wrong. I know I shouldn't be like that. But like, it's just something about a man resting that just pisses me off. I don't get to rest. I don't get to nap. And everybody who knows me knows I'm a big napper. But I don't really get to nap. I don't get to call out of work. I don't get to take a break. Why are you taking a break? Why are you tired? Anyway, I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments.
Right? You can record me. You can record me. Right? Check it. If Jamal doesn't have a job, what makes you in your right mind say, hey, let me date him and have a baby with him? Right? Like there has to be a minimum level of common sense. Right? So now you ain't got no job, right? And now you're living a life of in the trenches. And then you want to complain and say he ain't boo-hoo. When it really comes down to it is that your decision is horrible. Right? Like, period. But I didn't know. Then switch up. They stop. You know what I'm saying? Common sense. And look, if you want to live life crawling on your stomach, go ahead. I'm gonna tell you.
It didn't go well. It actually was kind of catastrophic for me. I will tell you why. I learned that I am just not competitive enough to go to these singles mixers. I'm just not. So like I said, this was my first time going by myself. Normally I have my friend there as like a wing woman and a buffer, and that really helps me. But I am generally so anxious. Like it's just how I am. Like I can control it, but I'm just a very nervous person. So they had like these tables set up where people can like play card games, and I was at the table playing this game, and this guy comes and I thought he was so cute. For context, it's very rare that I see someone in person that's like, oh my God, like you're really cute. He was even standing next to me while we were playing the card game. We had light conversation, intro, my name is blah, 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 blah. But then 2 other girls showed up that were like really bubbly and outgoing, and they started talking, and then it just progressed from there. And it got so bad, and when I say bad, I mean good for them, that at some point I was just like, okay, I lost that one. And I did talk to some other guys there, and it was cool, like very cool, friendly conversation, but it didn't really go much further than that. It was always like a one-off, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. And I understand that like flirting and like getting to know new people is a skill, and I'm gonna have to just keep trying it. But I also don't like the feeling of like competing. It felt really competitive to me, because when you're in a social setting like a singles mixer where people are there for like common reasons, it becomes really apparent what like the stock is, like the food chain, you know what I mean? Like they're always going to be the hot items, the people that everybody wants to talk to. And if you fall outside of that list, you really have to know how to be a good conversationalist. And when I'm by myself, I'm not. And it's just an L that I had to take. But y'all, I left feeling so defeated, because I was like, oh my God, I had so much steam. I was so excited to just go out there and push myself, and I did not. I felt like I let myself down. Like, I didn't feel good at the end of it. I felt like I was a loser.
Wow, this sounds like what a lot of men have to go through, and then women just tell them to suck it up and stop being a baby, and you're acting like a female, and this is feminine behavior. Do you want to be the woman? You're in your soft guy era. What is this drizzle nonsense? Man up, grow a pair, and then come over and approach, and only one of us can be the prize. Only one of us can be a princess. And it's me, I'm the woman. Oh, that's what it sounds like. Interesting.
Bro, I miss my man. Like, this dating world is so different now. And my fiance kept telling me, like, this is the last. You're not going to find nobody else like me. He was so right, bro. This dating world are down low. They too in touch with their feminine side. They think they the prize. I miss my man. How come that had to get taken away from me? Like, I have my family. I was getting married. How come my family had to get taken away from me? I miss my man. And he was right. I miss my man. Like, that's not fair. This is not fair. This dating world is a freaking disaster. It's a disaster. Rest in peace to my man. One of the that was left.
Man, I'm really sorry to hear that. I think the lesson, like she said, would be to appreciate your man a little bit more, especially when he's in your face. Might not be the richest guy, might not give you the latest things, but the man is trying to take care of you, is trying to be a good man. Then show him some appreciation and love.
Men want women to be logical. Women want their men to be emotional. Right. A lot of women definitely don't want to do that because they want to be in their emotion. And it's okay to have emotions, just don't let them run your life. And a lot of women will surrender a great man because they can't get a hold of their emotions. A lot of women would rather be wrathful and angry and project, and this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing wrong, instead of acknowledging what that man does do right. And the truth of the matter is, the more that you celebrate someone for the good things that they do have, the better they become at it and they develop more, because now they're inspired to be more, do more, have more for the both of you. But most times, especially beautiful women, it's like a thing where I'm beautiful, so you have to show up XYZ, but they don't have the characters to substantiate
Yeah,
that.
they think they have pretty privilege.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And that's okay. It's a privilege for right now, but you're going to be recycled, worn out, and raggedy in the future. And that's the thing. When you live in the now, you're not thinking about the result that you want in the future. But it's also very feminine. And so true masculinity has to understand that femininity in its wholeness leans on masculinity, which means that person that is the masculine partner in the relationship has to have capacity, not just for themselves, but for this woman that really is like the ocean.
Right.
It's constant flow. And if you can't show up in that way as a man or as the masculine partner, then you don't want a feminine woman. A lot of men think that they want feminine women, but they don't, because it's responsibility. It's heavy. Do you have strength for me? So for the masculine partner in a relationship, I would just really encourage a man to stop trying to pull the logic out of her. The way to get any woman to stop being so emotional is to meet her where she's at and then pull her out. But if you miss the part where you meet her where she's at, it's just going to get worse.
What do you mean by meet her where she's at? What does that look like?
Instead of being like, this is what I do for you, don't you see how great I am? It's like, dang, I did mess up. And for a woman, men, I need you to know that a lot of times you think that women aren't giving you any grace, and it's because there's a lack of accountability. We know all of the ways that you're great, and we don't need you to run down a list of all the ways that you show up in this relationship. We need you to acknowledge where you fell short. And the moment that you acknowledge where you fell short and you offer a solution, that woman will immediately start to come back in her emotion. Now, if your pattern is emotional, she's in her masculine, now you guys are arguing, it will take time, obviously, to refix the pattern that you guys have had, which is going to take work, which takes intention. But if you are just now starting in a relationship, just acknowledge where you're wrong. You know, we know you didn't mean to forget the eggs. However, in that moment, femininity does not keep track. Femininity lives in the now. So how can you meet her where she's at to allow her to get out of that feeling where you both can bridge the gap back to one another?
So basically, both parties be accountable for what you did or didn't do, and then you guys should be able to work it out.
I don't think people are single because they don't want to be in a relationship. I think people are single because they don't want to be in a relationship being loyal, and the other person is out here giving it to everybody. People got men on the side, women on the side, kids on the side, men, women, and kids on the side. It's crazy out here.
Y'all gonna want to fight after I say this, but there's a video floating around of this girl talking about how y'all are intimidating men with y'all degrees. Y'all know how y'all love that coping mechanism, but let's really tell the truth about it. Let's tell the truth. Y'all are not intimidating most men. What's happening is a lot of y'all, when you get these degrees, you get it so that you can feel bossed up, so that you can feel like you that girl. A lot of y'all couldn't compete in looks with other women, but you can in things that you can obtain, like degrees, houses, cars, material items. And so once you get those things, it makes you feel like you're a better caliber of woman, right? And a lot of people can tell this about you just by being around you. It don't even have to be limited to men. I done been around women who, once they get them degrees and get the money, their attitude becomes very nasty. And they think that it's all about them because they got those degrees and because they have money. Then they start looking down on people, talking crazy to people, and they just develop this really nasty attitude. And men find that to be off-putting. Most people find it to be off-putting, right? But you think it's intimidation when it's really you're just nasty. You think that you're better than people because of what you've obtained. Materialistic most of the time, right? You think you're better because you got a luxury car, because you live in a nice house, a penthouse, because you got a bunch of designer. And you got the mindset of how men maneuver when they get money. You think that that money is attractive to men. You think that the power that you have is attractive to men, but most men don't see it that way, right? So when you be out here, you trying to figure out, well, why these men don't want me? I got so much to offer. I got this. Yeah, that would be great if you were a man, right? And that would be attractive to women, but you're not. You're a woman. And so a lot of y'all, you so focused on obtaining all of this materialistic stuff that a lot of y'all end up being homely looking. You forget about the fact that you need to upkeep your looks. And so men are not physically attracted to you, but you somehow in your mind think that because you got so much to offer material wise, that they're going to overlook it the way you would overlook it when dating a man who got a lot to offer material wise. But again, that's not how it works when you're dating men. No man has ever looked at a girl and was like, yo, she busted, but look at that Louis bag she carrying. She dropped a Benz though. Look at that mansion she live in, right? Unless he wants to use you, those things that you have material wise can't override if he don't physically like you. Then when it comes to the actual intelligence part, a lot of y'all are sitting with bachelors, masters, doctorates, but you're getting played by men who barely got GEDs, men who can barely read a sentence out loud. What good is those degrees? What good is all that school? You being book smart if you're failing at life. Simple things at life you're failing at. Men able to lie and manipulate you with silly stuff that a child could catch the red flags on. You're believing men who can only call you at nighttime from the car. You're believing men telling you that they stay with their baby mama, but they not together. You're believing men who tell you that they like you, but they'll never take you on no date. Simple stuff that a child could catch the lies on. You're failing. And somehow you think that somebody would be intimidated by a degree? What good is it doing you when you can't even catch simple lies that somebody's telling you? When you can't even see red flags just right in front of your face? No, nobody's intimidated by it because it's not stopping you from getting played.